For Akina, Matu and the whole Australian cast, a career highlight was meeting this man, Lin-Manuel Miranda, the force behind Hamilton.
I'm thinking past tomorrow. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is.
Lin-Manuel is Puerto Rican, and his whole idea was to make history a more diverse experience, something he could share.
So I grew up loving musicals, but you also, if you were a person of color, you also grow up with a little fear of like, but there aren't that many parts for us in the shows that already exist. And so I really started writing my first show, In the Heights, out of a fear that like the roles that I think I could play don't exist yet. And it's really kind of contingent upon me and all of us to write the roles that we see as missing and the stories we see as missing. And Hamilton's just a continuation of that for me.
Why did you want rap music to be in Hamilton?
It's the only way I could imagine to tell the story. I think what jumped out at me when I was reading the biography of Hamilton that I read was the fact that at every key moment in Hamilton's life, he wrote. He was a writer. And at every key moment in his life, it's really his writing that transforms his life. And I just thought, who does that but our favorite MCs? They write about their circumstances so vividly that they take us there.
Lin-Manuel has won 3 Tony Awards, 3 Emmys, 5 Grammys.
Roots crew, Sean at Warner Chapel, Riggs and Craig at Atlantic. Like I'm on my right-hand man, this frantic Hispanic is non-stop. The best idea goes in the pot, whether you're Harnick and Bach, Pun, Biggie, or Pac.
We know him here for his songs in Disney's Encanto, Vivo, and Moana, with a little help from Opetaia Fua'i of Te Waka.
At night we name every star. We know where we are. We know who we are, who we are.
How challenging was it for you to write songs that were culturally authentic?
What was so exciting about working on that film was already so much work and research had been done. And Opetaia was always my gut check because he just, everything that comes out of him is authentic and real.
We know the way. Sounds nice. Okay.
For me, Opetaia was the bar. Like I would write a song and he would go, yeah, it's from an island, but I don't think it's from my island. And he's referencing the rhythm. I'm writing a Caribbean rhythm in something that should not have any Caribbean flavor at all. And so that really became, he was our gut check in terms of the music really having that authenticity, whether it was songs we co-wrote together, like We Know the Way, to the opening number, which their footage exists of me, because I would, the rhythms he heard were so specific that I would go, Opetaia, like literally play on this table what you're hearing. And there's footage of him playing on the table, and then I just recorded that and wrote the song.
What do you love so much about Polynesian cultures?
Oh my gosh, I was knocked flat by the central metaphor. I mean, when I learned about, again, I was hired for that project, and the concept of wayfinding was just so extraordinary to me, of the fact that years before Magellan and all of the explorers we learn about in our American and European history books, there were people that were going all over the world, and the process of navigation was keeping your home fixed in your mind as a point so that you could navigate anywhere else from there. I mean, the metaphor of it knocks me out, and the fact that it is actually true and how it worked, and you are reading the stars and the clouds and the wind to navigate the world is extraordinary. It's an extraordinary legacy, and it's an extraordinary metaphor on how to live your life. Of if I know what home is, and I know who my ancestors are, and I know where I come from, I can go anywhere.
Hamilton is coming to New Zealand very soon. What kind of key messages do you think will relate to Polynesian, to Māori back home?
I think you can't help but leave after a story like that thinking about, well, what do I want my legacy to be? And how do I want to be remembered, not by history, but by the people who